Well, what's up, everybody? We're here on Bear Rock Logging again today, and I had thought about doing another mod review, but there's nothing out to review yet. Hopefully, some stuff's coming out pretty soon. But then I thought about maybe starting the clear cut to see how many loads we can get, cut the whole map down thing. But I really wasn't prepared for that today. I mean, we've already got several loads, and I didn't count them off of this map. It's possible that I might choose what is it, the Grizzly Mountain or whatever by FDR. I mean, that's probably the only other, I guess, pretty good that I've looked at so far map. I mean, this map's got a ton of trees. I mean, we'd have no tons how many thousands of loads of logs off of this map. But also the other thing, as you can see here, we've got the this Tiger Cat 870, which is a very nice mod. Only it's not quite there. The grapples don't grab around the tree very good, and the tracks don't turn. Although the tracks look amazing. I mean, that is the absolute. I mean, that's just about photorealistic almost. I mean, it's an awesome mod. I love it, but it's not doing it for me right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell this thing. And hopefully we have enough money. 463. Hopefully we got enough money to purchase this new stuff that I'm going to be looking at. Alright, so we got the Tiger Cat 880 is 440. We're going to be close. So 23,000. Do we have enough? I can't remember how much this thing is. 15,000. Alright, cool, we're good. Alright, so let's buy that. And again, I'm gonna be sorry to say that I can't give this fella buncher head out. I don't have permission. If someone asks for it and I get permission, I'll put it up somewhere. But you can see it's not perfect either. There's some kind of little logo issue there. There's some kind of little not quite invisible patch there that's coming through. But anyway, other than that, it looks like I haven't tested this yet. This is actually my first time to use this, but it's supposed to work on this Tiger Cat 880. Let's see how it does here. I'm just going to get backed up a bit so I can maneuver it over here, and hopefully we'll get a option to attach. Yeah, there we go. Whoa. Alright, so I'm assuming that this works pretty well. Like I said, I have not had a chance to test this, and it looks like, oh, okay, that's why. Okay, well, I will be right back. Just give me a second. Alright, let's try this again. I had to go switch to the new version of the FDR 880 loader because it has the cylinder on the bottom side, which will allow us to have better operation of this fella buncher head. Which again, as I mentioned, I don't have permission to give this out, so like I said, if anybody wants it, I'll have to ask and see if it's okay if I give it out, but I don't know at this point, you know, if that's something that the folks I got it from would be willing to let out. I'm not really sure. Okay, so let's get this thing loaded up and get it out there. And I don't think I've shown this off yet. This is a Peterbilt truck that I found on, I believe it was Farming Simulator 19mods.com. And it's just a heavy haul truck. It's a Peterbilt, but it's got up to, I think, like 1,200 horsepower or something. And it's pretty nice. You know, it's nothing super fancy. I mean, it's like the gauges work and stuff, you know. But it's got some neat cameras on it. You can't move them around, but this camera is kind of like a trailer view. And it's got a side out the, driver window view. And of course your standard outside the cab view. But I've got it on this gooseneck trailer because those little boy trailers just they're just too low to the ground. I mean, I downloaded a couple of modded ones, and I checked the one that was in game, and they're just too low to the ground. I've got a few little spots here on the map where, when you're starting to head up the mountain or whatever, I didn't get the roads exactly smooth, so it's a little tricky. In fact, if you watched one of my videos, I had to stop several times and unload and reload, and then you know, trying to just get it up the hill. You can, it's just tricky though. Alright, and let's get the ramps back up. Let's go. Yeah, I'm anxious to try this out. Like I said, I have not tried this yet. This is actually, when I was thinking about doing the video today, I thought about, you know, starting from the cutting the whole map down thing like we did over on the Pacific Inlet on 17, which, by the way, I'm probably just gonna abandon that. I hate that, but you know, I kind of got a late start on it, and you know, then 19 came out, and I'm focusing a lot of energy on the 19 because I'm building maps, and I just don't really have a whole lot of time to go back and play on 17. Because like I said, I've kind of moved forward to 19 now, and there's some good mods coming out, and I just want to sort of just focus efforts there. So unfortunately, we'll be probably not going back to the 17 stuff at all. If I get some viewer interest in, you know, going back to 17, then maybe, but I'm kind of leaning towards where we're sticking with 19 from here on out. So I'm probably going to be just looking at, you know, a separate series here pretty soon. I'll pick a map. I'm not really sure. I guess we could probably start over on this bare rock map. That might be something, but like I said, there's no telling us how many thousands of loads of logs on this map, because there's 33,000 plus trees on this map. And of course, we wouldn't cut every one of them, but we'd cut a good many of them, probably over 30,000 of them, I would imagine. Because there are some that are on the rocks and stuff like that, just small trees, and some places that we can't really get to either. So there's probably 30,000 trees or so, or you know, maybe 28 to 30, somewhere in there, that we could cut. And that's a lot of loads. So I don't know. I may pick, like I said, I may pick Grizzly Mountain, or if another map comes out here pretty soon. Well, there is a Black Mountain, Montana map, but that's not all forestry. I think there is some farm on there, so it's, I don't know. I guess we could pick it, but whoa! I just about ran into my truck there. Oh, and I forgot. I was hoping that it would stick. It wouldn't. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to probably just mod in some money so we can get our loader back. 'Cause I didn't realize that was gonna do that. I'm about to get myself in trouble here, so I'm just gonna. Oops. Let's get those ramps down. Well, I guess what we could do. Nah, I'm just going to mod the money back in, because we'd already purchased that and made several loads of timber, and then we sold off the 870, so it's all fairly legit. So I hate to start modding a bunch of money, although it doesn't really matter. But just for fun, since we're right here close to the processor, I'm going to cut down a tree. Alright, so the head is on. Well, I do like the reach on it. It's got a nice reach. Yeah, well, so far it's working pretty good. Alrighty, well, I'll just walk this back a ways into the woods. In fact, we'll probably just cut a few on the way back there, but I'll have to take a break here for a second and mod us in a bit of money, and then come back and we'll have our loader. I was hoping it would just overwrite the other one, but it didn't. It completely blew it away. Now I'll see if I can get this big thing turned around. It's got 900 something horsepower. Should be able to power it up anywhere I want to go. There we go. Yeah, I really like how I did this logging road right here, because it looks like it's, you know, fairly typical for what I see around here anyway. Whenever, you know, a logging crew abandons a logging road or whatever, and you know, the bushes grow up around it, the grass grows up in the middle where the tracks weren't quite as compacted, the soil, you know, trees kind of start to close in. It's really cool. I like the way I did this, which was on purpose too. It's all real bumpy and everything. Now I don't know if you'd actually see this on, I guess you would, you know, it's mountainous areas, but especially around here in the south, I mean, the vegetation and stuff grows so fast. I mean, it's like, you know, when you clear cut a patch of timber around here, I mean, within just a few months, it's like a jungle. It's crazy. I'm also glad to see that a couple people subscribed from our last video. In fact, well, I think I was up to 669, then somebody dropped away or whatever, which, you know, happens occasionally. But and also what happens is YouTube has kind of been going through, I believe, lately, and kind of cleaning up some accounts that weren't being used or something. So I don't know, I heard something about that, because it said something about your subscriber count may decrease because they're cleaning up some stuff and removing some fake accounts or whatever. I don't know, who knows what's going on back there at Google, but anyway. Alright, so let me mod in some money so we can get us our loader back. And I think it's 440,000. Yeah, 440. Okay, be right back again. Alright, we're finally back. I think we're good to go now. I just got to get the other loader purchased and get it out in here. But for right now, let's go ahead and cut a few trees down, because I do want to see how well this thing works. Well, oh, I guess it would help turn it on. Yeah, must have got, yeah, I think we were hung up a little bit there on the stump, but I did see where FDR is working on a fellow buncher head, I believe. So we should be getting something, I'd say, within the next few weeks to, well, probably in the next few weeks from FDR. Should be getting something, I'd imagine. Something a bit more permanent anyway. But at least now I got something to use until we get something official from FDR. Hopefully I won't get in too much trouble for using this. Alright, so I think what I want to do is I'm not sure really how far... Now that's odd. I wonder why that sawmill keeps popping up over there on the far left. I thought I had that fixed. I know I had that fixed. That's weird. Anyway, I'm not really sure how far I want to go out here. Probably... Let me think about... Oh, okay, so that... Just to the north of us there is where that radio tower is. Well, we'll probably cut us a block. I'll probably go out here just a little bit further than turn north. And we'll start cutting us a little block out. I kind of like defining boundaries. Yeah, so my next, probably, I'm really debating about what I want to do next as far as maps go, because I've got, like, map number 2, which I don't have a name for yet. I've already got it, oh, I don't know, it's probably over halfway done. But I've also been working pretty hard here lately on the plantation, getting it converted over. So I'm not sure exactly what I want to go for next. Do I want to work on map number 2 and get it finished, or do I want to go ahead and put out the plantation? Because the plantation still got, oh, I don't know, probably several weeks to a month to work on it to get it done. Yeah, I mean, realistically, I just can't put a whole lot of time into it because I just don't have the time to do it. But if I put some solid work into it, I could probably get the plantation done in maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know. I've kind of got the process down a little better now that I've had Bare Rock logging this map released, because I sort of know what all needs to happen to get it released now. So I can better test and do all that. I'm just not sure, because I don't know. Well, let's see how it goes, I guess. Okay, so I've already sort of turned back north here. Okay, so I'm dead north now. Alright, well, we'll just cut a little ways up this way and get us a little boundary defined, and then we'll start heading back east and make us a little block. I need to come back up here and get these stumps up too. But I'll try to do that off camera, because that's boring. Nobody needs to see that. Well, so far this processor head, this fellow bunch of heads, working out pretty good. Not really sure who did this, but it's working. Much better than that 870 I was trying to use. That thing just wouldn't grab a tree, and you had to get it just right before we grab the tree. See, I'm kind of veering off to the east. I'm going to go back straight again. Yeah, I'm still trying to get over this sinus junk that I got. Well, this thing sure does turn slow. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not just too many good mods out here lately. Like I said, the only ones I know of that are being worked on, at least anyway, are some FDR stuff. I always kind of walk a fine line as to being able to say what I know and what I, can say. Did that make any sense? I'm a Patreon now on FDR, so what I'm trying to say is I know some things that are coming that I don't really know if I can say or not, because it hasn't been publicly released. Although you kind of have to imagine that FDR is going to be coming out with the same stuff he's always been coming out with, Obviously the processor and loader, fellow buncher, truck, trailer, all that good stuff. Skidders, let's see what else. So all the stuff that he's done previously. I mean, you have to imagine that it's going to be doing the same. So, but having said that, being a Patreon, I do know now, what is in the works here pretty quick, and that's kind of nice. Just knowing what's coming. Doesn't really help me much, but at least I know what to expect here pretty soon. I'm hoping they have another map coming out pretty quick too, because like I said, I want to start one of those clear cut the map video series, and I just don't know which one to use. Bit too close there. Yeah, I did notice something else too. Check this out. So we're back to, like, I don't know, Farming Simulator 17 days or something. Watch this. You can't even cut a tree now in that fall. There it goes. Okay, I gotta get close. Just wait till it turns green. Alright, so, before they did something in 17, the trees never would fall. They fixed it to where the trees would fall. Now watch this. It'll probably fall this time, but yeah, of course it does. But I've noticed that the trees don't always want to fall. I guess maybe if you cut them just right, they'll notch and fall over, because you can see that it's got a little notch in it right there, and then it fell on over that direction. But I was cutting trees the other day, and they would not fall over. I don't know if I was trying to cut them at an angle, if I should have been cutting them flat like that, or what, but they just wouldn't fall over. Let's see where we're at in the grand scheme of things here. Okay, well, I think we probably got a pretty good enough area to cut now, so I'm gonna start heading back east. I wish these machines had some sort of a direction indicator in them. It'd be nice. Yeah, and I think that little hop you're seeing whenever I cut a tree is because we're back to the physics of the game kind of thing. FDR made his fellow buncher heads, I think, starting with like maybe version 10 or something, somewhere right around in there. I think he started making them to where they actually were, instead of a cut disc, it was more of a stump grinder type disc, which in one aspect I liked, and in other aspects I didn't like. The thing I liked about it was it got rid of the stumps, so you didn't have to worry about going back and grinding the stumps out of there. But then on the other hand, they didn't always cut right. What happened was, at the base of the tree where you're making your cut, it had some weird, like, ripples or something. Like the tree the tree trunk got somebody grabbed it with a big iron fist and just squeezed it, and it just looked funny. So I don't know, there's ups and downs to that. But and then of course this one here, you can't cut it low enough without leaving a stump. So there's ups and downs. Goodness. Yeah, so I'm starting to kind of get to the base of this little hill that leads up to, you can see just to the north on the little mini map down there in the bottom left corner, you can see that little gray road that's starting to come into view in the north part of the map. You can see how there's a little bit of a shadow. What I did was I took the elevation map and sort of made almost like a 3D map effect. So you can see we're starting to head up the hill here, and it really starts to climb. And then we should be able to see the radio tower just right up here somewhere. Yeah, there's the rocks for it. And yeah, you can just barely see the radio tower there past that tree. So we're almost there. I don't want to get up this hill too far, so we're probably just going to skirt right around the base of this hill. That's getting pretty steep up in there. So I'm actually going to turn just a bit to the south, and this is going to be our sort of stopping point. But I am going to stop right here because we're getting a little bit long on the video, and I want to have time to get some of this stuff skidded up. And oh yeah, I need to get that loader up here too. Let me go ahead and do that. Man, I'm just about over all this sinus stuff, but the cough just kind of lingers on there for a while. Well, I also did see where I think it was, what was it, Wood Meadow Farms. I think they've got a Massey Ferguson grapple skidder coming out that looks really nice. May have to give that a try. Of course, I got spoiled on Farming Simulator 17 with the cable skidders, because I remember on 15 and there for a while on 17, I mean, I was heavy into the grapple skidder because that's all we had. And somebody came out with that winch script which changed the whole game. And the cable skidders just haul so much more wood. The problem with the grapple skidders is if you've never used them before, the physics of this game are such that the trees are basically like steel rods. So whenever you grab one, you can't, like, if you squeeze too hard with the grapple, they'll just pop out because there is no give to the trees. If the trees had just a little bit of give to them, you could, realistically squeeze them and they wouldn't pop out. But just because of the way the game works, the physics, there is really no good way of, I guess, doing that. So, and the problem also is with the grapple skidder. Now I have used a few, like there was a Tiger Cat 530, I think, grapple skidder that I could pretty well grab about between 2 and 3 logs consistently, and they wouldn't squeeze out any more than that. And you might get lucky and get 4 or 5 logs up at one time, but what would normally happen is, as you were driving around making any kind of aggressive turns or anything, one log would squirt out, and then you'd have to go back and pick it up. But the cable skidders, I mean, to me, it's just more realistic, unfortunately, because I do like grapple skidders. That's what is mostly used around here, and I do like them. In fact, my favorite skidder, I guess, kind of hands down, is the Tiger Cat 535. I mean, that 6-wheel skidder, I mean, thing's just awesome. And somebody did come out with one for 17, although it wasn't ever really finished. It did sound good and work pretty good, but it just needed some tweaking and just never got done. Let's get this thing on here. Okay, so the fact that FDR changed up the cylinders on this 880 does tell me that most likely the fellow buncher head attachment is coming pretty soon. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done that, because they would have been testing it and realized, just like I did, oh, that doesn't work. So I bet you that's going to be coming pretty soon. I get ahead of myself sometimes. Let me get this truck over here out of the way again. I'm probably just going to pull it off to the side so I don't waste time driving all the way back to the shop. There, we can cut up through the woods when we need it. Man. Again, I do apologize for all the coughing, but it's not quite over this junk. Oh man, these trees, I tell you, you touch something on the back of them, because they're like steel rods and they just go everywhere. Just made a disaster. Thank goodness there wasn't more trees in there. Shot trees everywhere. These little small treetops ain't just about worth fooling with. Oh well. I'll pick it out of there with the loader here in a minute. I added the manual cut mod in here too. I guess I didn't activate it. Yeah, I really wish that Giants would work with the modding community a little more than they do, because I mean, you know, they've already got to have all this stuff worked out before they release the game. They got all the documentation, they've got all the scripts, you know, the Lua stuff that runs these machines or scripts and stuff in the background that run all this stuff. You know, they got all that before they release the game. I really wish they would send that out to the developers. You know, maybe not before the game's released, but at least super early or something, you know, something. Because I mean, even on the farming side of the game, there's tons of mods, and if Giants would just go ahead and release all that documentation beforehand, we'd have a ton of mods to play with at the start of the game instead of having to wait a few months like we are now. But I guess that's just the way they handle their business, and doesn't really make any sense. Alright, well, I'm not going to waste too much time picking up all this stuff. I am going to kind of just toss them over there, though, because I'm going to be grabbing the skidder real quick. Well, our makeshift skidder. And let's get us a couple of skids of trees up here to be processed, and then we're going to load up this truck, make us a load of logs to the sawmill, and then we're probably going to call it a video for today. But if you guys have any suggestions on what map I should play for a clear cut the map kind of series, let me know. Should it be Bear Rock, or should it be Grizzly Mountain, or should I wait for another map? Just let me know. Leave me a comment. And I also want to remind everybody to go check out NLAgaming.com. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Check out NLAgaming.com, and over there is where, of course, you can download all the maps that I put out. I've got my 2 for 17, and so far I've only got just this one for 19, but more will be coming pretty soon. And also I'm hoping to do some modding, more modding stuff over there. Maybe I can do a couple more tutorials or something and put them up there. But let's see, that's 3 logs right there. I think I said last time that probably about 6 more logs or so should get us a full load. We'll see. So that was 3. I bet you only about 2 more get it. Let's see if we can get us just a couple more. I really need to be set up somewhere different. This ain't quite working out. I'm making it work, but I can't really see what I'm doing. That's good enough. We'll call that a load. Alright, so let's go ahead and lock her down. That should be good. Let's get this delivered, then when we come back we'll get us a couple of loads of the logs skidded up for next time. We'll be ready to go. And then that's probably going to be about all the time we got for today. Oh, is it not wanting to turn? I thought we were good though. Maybe it was, oh, it must have been hanging over the edge. That's what it was. Yeah, it's a pretty steep little hill right there, and the truck will sometimes go up on just the back wheels. The front 2 wheels hang over, so you can't turn. That's probably what happened. Well, while we're driving back, I do want to say that I appreciate the new subscribers. We've had quite a few here lately. I think I was, I think probably before I started all the Farming Simulator 19 stuff, I was probably, I don't know, maybe like 640 something. So we've had about 20 or so in the last month or 2. So I appreciate all the new subscribers, and we are trying to get to 1,000 so I can get my videos monetized again. And once we do that, I'm gonna start doing some random giveaways. Not too long ago, I did a little Tiger Cat merchandise giveaway where I had a hat and a t-shirt that I gave away to one of the subscribers, and we'll be doing some more of that. But once we get to 1,000, I'll start getting my videos monetized and get some you know, some pretty decent money coming in. I'm gonna start doing even better stuff. I mean, I'm talking about, you know, dual joysticks or gaming monitors, or you know, who knows what. Just depends on the amount of money we got coming in. But I can't do that until I get to 1,000. And when I get to 1,000, I'm gonna take that stupid graphic away. So that's, I know that's kind of annoying, but I do that just to remind everybody that I am trying to get to 1,000. That we got to get there. I'd like to get there pretty quick. So like I said, so I can do some better stuff. And as you can see, I've been pretty well here lately, sticking with just Farming Simulator. I used to play some on American Truck Simulator and Gold Rush, and let's see, what else was I playing? Seemed like there was one other. Anyway, the American Truck Simulator and the Gold Rush, it's like every time I turn around there's a new update, new patch update or whatever, and it's hard to keep up. So I've been kind of just sticking with Farming Simulator just because everybody's been playing it lately and they're not putting patches out once a week. American Truck Simulator is not that bad, but with American Truck Simulator, once you get all your mods in there and they patch it, a lot of the mods don't work. So there's that. 45,000. We needed that because we've got a couple of pieces of equipment leased, and we're gonna be wanting some money here pretty soon. So. The other thing I just thought about was I haven't played this game all that much, and I haven't really got a machine to where it needs maintenance, so I'm kind of wondering what to do about that. I need to kind of review that and see if there's anything I need to do differently. I guess you just take it to the shop. But anyway, those of you that have been playing Bare Rock Logging, I hope you're enjoying it. I did put a lot of work into this. All these rocks and stuff, they're all hand placed. All the trees are hand placed. I do have a script now which actually, well, pretty much everything's hand placed on this map. I do have a script now that allows me to place trees either in a straight line or random patterns, you know, without having to hand place them. So that's nice. That way I can really bang out some maps. In fact, as I was talking about the plantation, I've already got it probably, I mean, I just barely started working on it. I probably already got it, you know, a quarter of the way done. In map number 2, I've been using the random tree placement script, and it's really saved me a lot of time. So I don't know. I'm not too terribly excited about my map number 2. In fact, I may just kind of put it on the back burner. It's kind of what I'm leaning towards, and get the plantation done, release it, because I know that I've had a lot of requests to convert the plantation over to 19. And by the way, when I do convert the plantation over to 19, it's going to be so much better than it was in 17. There was so much stuff I was wanting to do in 17, but you had to all do it by hand, and I just didn't feel like doing it. But now that I've got scripts and you can paint on the bushes and vegetation and stuff, it's going to be so much better. It's already looking better, and I barely even got started on it. So I can't wait for you guys to play the plantation on 19. It's going to be way better. Got it just a little bit far away. Get a little bit closer. Alright, that'll work. Okay, so let's grab our makeshift skidder. Let's get a few of those logs skidded up that we got back here cut down. Now we got us a load. That's probably the most I've ever hauled with this makeshift skidder, and it's struggling a little. I need to come back here and get these stumps out of the way too. These stumps would be bad if we had this many trees and trying to skid them up. Hit one of those stumps and it's over. Alright, let's get us one more good load of trees skidded up, and then... Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Oh, come on. There we go. One thing I noticed about this game is you can sometimes upright your tractor just like you saw, which is totally not realistic. Oops. The thing gets going pretty good in reverse. Hard to stop. Alright everybody, well that's probably going to do it for today. I'll work off camera a little bit here trying to get some of these stumps up and trees pieces chipped up and stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and get my skidder back up here so we'll be able to grab another go. And with this fellow buncher head, I'm going to have to get up here with this stump grinder because those things are pretty tall. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and like I said, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also go check out NLAgaming.com. There'll be lots of more content coming to that website pretty soon, hopefully. I'm hoping to do some tutorials and things up there, and of course that'll be where you can download all the mods, the map mods. And next time we'll try to get this truck loaded up again, and we'll have hopefully we can get us enough for a wood chip load and get us a load of wood chips delivered and sold. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video on Bear Rock Logging, and we'll see you again on Friday, so have a good week. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching.